I'm Robin Lake, and I'm the director of the Center on Reinventing Public Education. I think partnering with ASU and the Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College is for us at SERPI an exciting opportunity to tackle new things with new assets. So we take on big, challenging problems across the country. And we're researchers. We love to engage with other researchers from an interdisciplinary perspective. And we try to always stay grounded in practice. And so being part of the Teachers College is such a great opportunity to work with folks who are on the ground in schools, trying to do things in new ways, tackle new possibilities for kids. So I feel like we're unstoppable together.
My name is Stephen Weiner. I'm a senior research analyst at the Center on Reinventing Public Education. I think the thing that I'm the most excited about with the LFC work is the opportunity to tap into the amazing depth and breadth that ASU has as far as like both the people within the Teachers College, but then the fact that we're reaching outside of the Teachers College and bringing in people who their expertise is deep, but then they're also creative and open to interdisciplinary collaboration. So bringing all these people together to have a conversation that is very challenging to really start to think deeply about the new American high school is an opportunity that is, it's amazing. And it's frankly something that I think it could only uniquely happen at ASU, which has really already developed kind of this culture of interdisciplinary communication and collaboration.
My name is Meg Astudillo, and I am currently a graduate student in the Watts College for a Master's in Public Administration. And then I am also pursuing a graduate certificate in education policy with Mary Lou Fulton. I am an interdisciplinary student with pursuing my master's in public administration, but I have always been very interested in education policy. And I'm interdisciplinary because I come from a non-education background. So I'm a former actuary. And so as I'm making that shift towards the public administration side and education policy, I'm really interested in seeing how all these different aspects play a part in terms of making sure we're getting all the stakeholders at the table. And so this project really drew me due to that interconnectedness. We aren't just looking at teachers and educators. We are looking at seeing how can we bring a much more broader perspective to how we're going to design and work on new, tricky, difficult education problems. And then I was also just very, very excited to get involved in some real-world problem solving. As I'm working on my academics, that's a lot of focus of what's already been done. And so it is really interesting to get to be involved in the process of what's to come and asking those questions and seeing that process.
Within SERPI, I'm a senior research analyst, and my work is on looking at how districts change and looking at how educational systems, both formal like districts like schools change, or how they do innovative work, how that happens. And so it's actually very evidence-based, and it's grounded in like what is happening now. And I think it's a refreshing opportunity for me. It's a nice change because and I don't know if it's worth pointing out that I'm an ASU graduate, almost a full PhD coming out of ASU. And so I get to tap into my own knowledge of ASU, connections with other parts of the university, people from design and the library and other places, science policy, all of these different communities that I've had an opportunity to get to know, to bring them in to this conversation. Maybe it's also worth noting that my work has been thinking about educational futures, thinking about this idea of like, how do we reimagine? And I think some of the work that I've done previously has been about getting the people who are currently in the positions of leadership in schools to do the reimagining. So this is also a neat thing to actually bring in the people from ASU who are in the higher education context. A lot of them have experience or expertise in the secondary world, but to also get people who don't have that expertise, who have different kinds of knowledge and background and experience to also weigh in on this question, because we all have educational experience. We all have been through high school, and we all have possibly family who are still in students or siblings, or right. So we all have a vested interest in this question of like, what is the future of school. So I think getting all of those things and being able to bring all of these things together is what I'm doing.
My professional goals are to really work on education policy and bring that rigorous research and research-based solutions to the education space. What we know about education policy is everyone cares. Everyone cares desperately, but they don't necessarily know what to do or how to do it. And especially in our schools, they don't have the time. They're so focused on just trying to make it through their day-to-day that they want and crave solutions, but they don't know what they are. So that's what I hope to be able to bring as I have a statistical background, a research background, to be able to bring those solutions to our educators who want to create a better environment for our students, but they just aren't sure how.
We're so excited about coming together with our colleagues at Mary Lou Fulton Teachers College and other units across the university, really to get to know them and explore possibilities for new collaborations and just idea building to tackle a big, challenging problem, and that is how to reimagine high schools across America so that they are more relevant for kids, more joyful, more engaging, and better suited, I think, to the realities of today and to the future. The world is really changing, and our high schools look like they were designed for 100 years ago. But the challenge of transforming high schools has eluded us for many, many years. I think here at ASU, we're used to big challenges. We're used to bringing innovative ideas, new tools, new possibilities to difficult challenges. So, here we go. I think that we can bring together folks who could reframe the problem in new ways, could address some really sticky research questions, could think about the policy and the politics, the way that the world is changing, the way that the climate is changing. All of that could come to bear to better serve our kids very soon, I'm hoping.
So I think maybe the dream that would come out of this is that we as a group end up coming up with some fairly large, ambitious, coherent plan for how ASU might really help lead the development and the design of the new American high school. However, even if there are sort of maybe smaller byproducts or end results that come out, which might be like getting people who didn't know each other or who didn't know that their departments or their research groups should collaborate, maybe they come together and they actually have a small idea for a project that could illuminate or answer questions that might help down the road the development or the design of the new American high school. Even if those things came out of this, it's just sort of like a little bit of alchemy. Like, we want to see what happens. Maybe a big thing is going to happen at the end of this, but even if smaller, still significant things come out in which we've brought people together to have conversations they don't normally get to ask questions that they haven't asked together, to maybe realize that they have skills that are complementary to other people's skills or resources that are complementary to other people's resources to weigh in or to contribute to this big, thorny question around how can we bring a better high school system into existence. If any of those things happen, I think that would be success.